All right. So on the first perspective drawing, which is right here, uh, the last video took you through the oblique perspective, and this one will take you through the isometric perspective as well. So if you're looking for that dimension, students of mine have to dimension only one thing on either of these, since these are perspective drawings. But I said that I'm gonna have to get my YouTube views up by them having to look here for which things I dimensioned. Okay, so the oblique, again, remember everything here is on the x or parallel to the x-axis, right? So that's all an angle of 0 or these are all an angle of 90. But then again, anything that was over this way is a 30-degree angle relative to the x-axis, okay? And if you haven't, you might want to, again, make yourself one of these little cheat sheets, which could be helpful to you, just so that you can see, again, that 30 degrees relative to x over here. The formula, the thing I have to type in is at distance less than symbol 30. You don't have to type in the word distance, okay? It's not I state your name. It's at 7 angle 30, at 4 angle 30, whatever. What would make probably more sense with this is if I were to put a little arrow on this, okay? Because this is also 30 degrees relative to the x-axis, but using 150 gets us there. And the reason that 150 gets us there is because down here, this is 180, okay? 90 is up here, so 90, 180, 270 is down here, going all the way back to 360. So if I wanted to get an angle, and this is going to happen here shortly on this drawing, if I want to go in this direction, 30 degrees relative to the x-axis, but I want to be drawing out in this direction, I'm going to type in 330. Why? Because it's 30 degrees away on this side of the x-axis. That could just speed things up for you, but so it's always just going to be plus or minus 30 from x. Okay, so I guess you could, if you wanted to, give yourself another couple of numbers and say, well, what would this be? Well, this would be, if I wanted to do that same thing, this would be 210 down here. Why did I get 210? Because we know that 180. It's not 210, 210, right? We know that 180 is here. 180 plus 30 is 210. So in that case, if I typed in angle 210, it's going to shoot my line out this way, okay? Over here, it would be 330, all right? So I'm doing this drawing, and in this case, I'm going to start, and I'm just going to use that exact same way of entering things, okay? So I'm going to literally draw this object. I'm going to draw the base of it going from the left over, back, okay? So what I'll do is I'll start right here, and in this case, I'm going to say, and you can look at my command window if you want, and just kind of like if you're watching and pausing, look at my command window, and it says at 5 angle 330. Why, again, did I not put 150? Because I wanted to draw out into this direction, okay? Now, again, I said you can steal anything that's already in this 30 degree, on this 30 degree vanishing line, or anything that's vertical. Or in this case, I could just keep it going, and I could say at 2 angle 30. But now I got to come over here, right? I'm going back along this notch. So this is at 2 angle, I'm at 330 again, okay? And I think I've pretty sufficiently drawn just about everything I'll have to from scratch here. You know what? I do need to get back in this area because I need to know where that corner is. So I'll say at 4 angle 30. How did I get 4? Because again, I went back over here, and I know that the overall width of this is 4 at its widest, okay? So I'll go ahead and copy this. Now, this line is really not necessary. I'll never see it. And some people, they want to connect the dots, and they want to have, a solid footing. And that's great if you want to. You could even put these things on different layers to say, you know what, I know I won't ever see these. But I know that I need them for a little bit of help. This one you don't need at all for any help. But okay, so what can I steal? It's 5 high at its tallest, and that's a vertical line, so that can be stolen and brought over. And I'm going to steal as much as I can here. Now, one thing, if you go back to your copy trick, right, you could just, you can copy something. Offset is not going to work well for you with this unit at all, but I can click copy and I can just go up and type 2, right? It copied this 2 inches into the air. Okay, if that's not your thing, you can see I don't need this anymore. That line's gone. Don't need this anymore. It's gone. If that's not your thing, that's fine. Just go ahead and draw a 2-inch vertical line. Okay, it might help if I'm over here so you can see both pieces. But, it's interesting because once you draw the oblique, you don't need this anymore. You have all your dimensions. So yeah, you go down here and you're going to say, okay, I'm going to go up 2. Boom. And now you get to go ahead and copy this and say your favorite thing, which is drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. It gets old. It's way old to keep saying drop it like it's hot. They need to come out with something to replace that. Okay, you can see what I'm doing. I'm copying this. Beautiful, right? Everything is sound as a pound right there. This can be copied, right? I'm looking over here for help. Okay, I can see that. Why did I get that? Because I knew that this and this were 2 inches apart, right? They're parallel, so that was my check and balance right there. How about now? Can I do anything else? I'm going to go ahead and make this whole top of this thing in one piece, okay? I already drew a line over here that's 30, okay? Or I'm sorry, in that 30-degree direction, that's 1 inch. Okay, well, this one, let's do this. At 1 angle 210. Why did I use 210? I had to because I wanted to go this way. If I had typed in 30, I would have gone out this way. So I can copy this, bring it down, and you're really pretty close to done here. And you can copy this and bring it over, okay? So I spent more time working over there so I didn't have to hop back and forth and everything else, okay? I'm going to copy this now and bring it right there. So you're like, wait, what happened? Now there's all kinds of stuff missing. It doesn't matter, okay? The remainder of this is just connecting dots, okay? Copy this. I can drop it, and drop it. Have a lot of times, for some reason, people want to take this line and they want to bring it like all the way over to there. That doesn't happen. There's nothing crossing here. That's like a flat surface. It's all flat. Okay. And now you just have one thing left. You need a vertical line on this corner because we would see an edge on the inside of this piece right here. The vertical line can be anything you want. You could draw it. You could just steal one like I just did. And this is one other place that people forget, right? You do have to form a corner back here. So I'm going to copy this. And I'll drop that right there. And it's just ensure that it's parallel. This and this need to be parallel. And then just trim that piece, and now you've got it. So you've got the isometric. You can arrange these kind of however you want, as long as it's clear that you don't want to stick them on top of each other, but as long as it's clear that you've that they're separate drawings. So anyhow, that's that. And then what else do you need to do? You need to put one dimension on. So if you notice, what I'm having you do here is I'm having you do a dimension on the 30-degree side on the oblique. I know that this is 0. So now at this point, I would just have you go ahead and put a dimension. And if you're wondering which one it was, I would like to see this dimension right here. Okay. So if yours looks like mine, it's good. And that is that. So that's the first one for accuracy. Check parallelism. I would this now bothers me, right? It's all kind of crowded together a little bit too much, so I probably want to move that around. But um, this all looks good. Everything is parallel. Check to make sure that all your edges are filled in, um, and that you got everything the way that you want it. So again, hope that helps, and good luck.